Hey there, welcome to St. George. Today I am here. You are going to be taking a tour on some gorgeous spots here in St. George. But today I'm really going to be sharing with you some of the advantages and disadvantages to living right here in St. George and why some people are drawn to this place and then why this may not be a good fit for you. And we're going to hop into it right now. Mariah K here. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if this is your very first time here. This channel is literally everything you need to know about eating, working, playing, sleeping, and living in the St. George, Utah area. If that is of interest to you, consider subscribing down below and make sure you tap that bell for notifications so you are notified every week we drop a new video. We are for people like you all the time who are looking to buy, who are looking to sell, who are looking to relocate here to St. George, and we absolutely love it. So if you're thinking about making a move in a week, in a month, or even a year from now, feel free to give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, and my team and I would absolutely love to chat with you. So St. George, Utah, yes. Today we're going to be talking about some of the advantages and disadvantages of moving, relocating here to St. George, and we're going to hop right into it. Number one, a lot of people are moving and relocating here simply because of the beauty of the Red Rocks, the beauty of just really, everything that St. George has to offer. I know many people actually in Utah, more northern up in Salt Lake, lots of people are drawn here simply because they're like, Mariah, I love the Red Rocks. I love the mountain ranges. I love the plateaus that are surrounding this area. So really, number one is the beauty. Number two is the mild climate. Yes. Now, when I say mild climate, I'm going to talk about this, and this is kind of double-edged, and this is actually going to be a pro and a con for some. Now, when I say mild climate, yes, you have the 4 seasons here, but typically the 4 seasons, you are going to have a very pleasant, mild fall. You're going to have a pleasant, mild spring. Your winter is typically not going to get snow. However, about 45 minutes north of here in St. George, Cedar City, and then over kind of toward Bryan Head, you will get a lot of snow there. But usually here, if it does snow every once in a while, it does, but it doesn't typically stick. The summer though, so when I say mild climate, the summer is not so mild. And for some, again, they love being here. But when I'm talking about those summers, you are going to see several months of about 100-degree weather, which is the high. And you're going to see that week after week, month after month. So compared to some other areas, it's going to feel more like Arizona because it's dry and hot and a desert. But on the same hand, you are also going to, compare to northern, more north up in Salt Lake City, the weather is going to be more mild simply because you're not going to see months and months and months of snow. So this is a pro for many people who are living in surrounding areas that are getting, lots of snow. People love coming here because they're like, oh, I'm so happy to be in St. George because it does not snow here very often. So that mild climate, when I say mild, during the summers, it is hotter. And like I said, that can be a pro for some, but also a con for other. Moving right along, number 3 is the proximity. Yes, the proximity here to the national parks. If you are into hiking and biking and, all of those different things, at your fingertips, the proximity to that is fantastic. The Zion National Park is just east of St. George, about 30 minutes. So people who are here, people will stay here in St. George and then drive to Zion for the day and come back. Easy trips. You've got beautiful parks here as well. And when I'm talking about, proximity and location, you've got Snow Canyon, which is right here in St. George. Beautiful Red Rocks, hiking and mountain biking. Lots of, people out and about. And then when we're talking proximity also, you're about an hour and 25 minutes away from Las Vegas. So if you're thinking, oh, you know what? I want to get to a large international airport, that's going to be your closest one there, which actually for some, again, when we talk about advantages and disadvantages, pros and cons for this, some people feel like, oh, you know what? That proximity is a little bit farther away than I'd prefer. I don't want to drive an hour and a half. However, here in St. George, there is the St. George Airport, which will take you from St. George up to Salt Lake. So a lot of people use that, a commuter flight. So that proximity from really, to Las Vegas, but then also to Salt Lake City. So a lot of people that are here, they actually, the 3 hours and 25 minutes that it takes to get to Salt Lake City, many people feel like, oh, you know what? That proximity is great. I love that. So really the natural beauty that's outside, the location, proximity to the different national parks down here is incredible. Moving right along, again, if you are into the outdoors, so many different outdoor activities here. There are a lot of people that love going to the different reservoirs that are over here. They love going down to Lake Powell. You see a lot of people that have boats here and jet skis and their sea-doos, all those different things. And then again, just with all of the beautiful red rock and all the things that are outside, the hiking, the biking, and also St. George is a huge hub for different activities throughout the year. Yes, throughout the year. So when it's snowing in different areas, St. George is kind of that mecca where here they host different events like the St. George Marathon. They have the film festivals here. They have what are called the Huntsman, the Senior Huntsman Games that people from all over the place come to compete in different sporting events. Tons of different activities all throughout the year. Let's talk about a few of the disadvantages. I know I touched on the proximity. So the location for some people, they're like, yeah, you know what? It's a little bit too far from an international airport, and I kind of feel a little bit stuck here. Number two, in terms of shopping, dining, restaurants, yes, you're gonna have your Costco, you're gonna have your Target, you're going to have, there are different shopping centers and malls around here. But in terms of large, large shopping centers, you're not going to see a lot of that here. Yes, in Salt Lake and yes, in Las Vegas, but here in St. George, you're not going to see as much of that. But for some, again, they like the small town charm. St. George has that small town charm here, so it draws a lot of people in. Another disadvantage though, because it is small town and there have been so many people moving into this area, it has created a lot more traffic and congestion. Yes, a lot more traffic, and even getting on and off some of the freeways and, just the freeway that goes right through here, I-15. But getting on and off, sometimes those, depending on the time of day, getting on and off can take a minute when you're here. And then especially if you are here over some of those holiday weekends, President's Day weekend, Memorial Day weekend, Labor Day weekend, all of those weekends here, oh, this is a mecca. And just be prepared to wait extra long if you're going to restaurants, grocery stores, all of that, just because there's a lot of people here. So hopefully this gives you a little bit of an idea of some advantages of why people are moving here, some disadvantages if you're thinking, you know what, I'm kind of on the fence. But overall, St. George for many is a great family-friendly place. I know we didn't talk too much about schools, but good schools here, good education, a lot of opportunities for families and kids here, and a ton of outdoor recreation. So hopefully this gives you, a little snapshot, a good idea of some advantages, really the natural beauty, the outdoor recreation, family friendly, lots of, good education, proximity. But on the flip side, when we talk about weather, it's going to get hot during the summertime. It's more mild than going up north though. Also the proximity to really to the airports and that traffic and congestion, you can count on that during some of the busier weekends. And if you are thinking about making a move out here to St. George, relocating, buying or selling a property here, my team and I help and hear from people like you all the time, and we absolutely love it. So feel free to give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, and it would be our absolute pleasure to chat with you and see how we can help. Take care and wishing you a wonderful day. Bye.